button. Hey everybody, good afternoon, good evening, or whatever from wherever the hell you are. This is John Roycelyn, the host of the Witching Hour podcast. Returning with me this evening, dear friend, great artist, author extraordinaire, and a not technician. It's work related. I'm trying to
Technologist.
a technologist in the medical field as well. My good friend, Mr. Justin Bourne Boring. Justin, welcome back to the show, bud.
Hello, John. Great to be here. Good to see you again.
How is this summer treating you?
Doing well. Doing well. It's not as hot as it is elsewhere, I hear.
I was going to say, you are in the Carolinas?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
So
it's been hot as Hades, but we've
is
been
it?
getting lots of rain and stuff. So
Yeah, the humidity is, yeah, Fat Boy's not liking this too much at all. No, it's not happening for me.
so
So,
you like the snow. I hate the snow.
oh, yes, I'm all about it. Get the dogs out and crack the whip and let them drag me across with all my many pelts of fur on me. And, yes, the old Viking in me, I guess.
I love it.
So last we talked, you were part of a tripod, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
It was you and Tracy and Joseph, who I just had on the show
Yep.
individually on his own just a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
In the collaboration of the two shorts that you guys have done, The Weight of Guilt and I Am Worthless. My
Yep.
God. I'm sorry, man. If I had knee pads, I'd go down on you, because the two of those are such beautiful pieces of work. And I Am Worthless. It just, man, there's just something about it, just sparks this wild, violent Conan anarchy from hell kind of a feel inside of me.
Yeah.
And please, that's not to take anything away from The Weight of Guilt, because that was such a beautiful
Well,
storyline as well.
they're just on different ends of the spectrum,
Correct.
like I always say, Weight of Guilt was this slow burn, mental psychological
Sure.
kind of interesting twist on the zombie genre.
Mm-hmm.
And then I Am Worthless is this balls to the wall, slasher meets monster meets serial killer,
Right.
meets technology,
Yeah.
free for all. And I'm really proud of those. We're working on a third one, actually, directed by Jess Norvisgaard, whom you know, called IRWC. We're pretty excited about it. I really enjoy putting these together. Joseph does such a great job, and Tracy's my same damn brain.
I tell you, man, the three of you guys getting together is it's dangerous. It really is, because the work that you guys put together is absolutely spot on.
I really
Beautiful.
appreciate that, John. Thank you. That means a lot to me. It does.
Oh man, the storylines that you and Tracy come up with, and what Joseph, how he just brings it to life.
He's getting better all the time. He's learning all this 3D animation and stuff. I'm excited to do some more in the future. I mean, we're at the boring part now, where we're putting the pitch Bibles together. The fun part's making the proof of concept trailer or short or whatever.
Right.
And now we're mired in, doing all the outlines, the screenplay, the artwork, character designs, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But, it's what we expected, and we're enjoying that aspect too as much as we can. But
good. I guess that helps.
Yeah.
Instead of dredging through it, try to enjoy it at least.
Well, it can be tedious, but it's also fun. I'm a writer also, so I don't mind, writing that stuff out. And, seeing it come together and take shape is really exciting. And I think we'll have some real traction once we get them all put together.
Well, speaking of your writing, I'm going to segue for a little bit. That is my big word for the day, by the way. Segue. I hope everybody heard me say that. This guy right here. No notes, but that was my word for the day. I want to talk to you a little bit about your books. I know I've been seeing a lot of publicity for them lately. You've had a lot of action. How are so you personally you have 3 books out, is that correct?
Yeah, there's one called Beau-Laid,
Hmm.
which is just straight romance with a little bit of action. I wanted to see if I could do that genre,
Okay.
and I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I had a good time. It was a good book. I got well received. And then for the series, I wanted to do something a little more in line with, my desires and my true love, which is horror and uh, dark fantasy. So the series is called A Thousand Scars for You
Mm,
series.
okay, I like that.
Yeah, yeah. And so far, there's 2 books. I'm working on the third one now. There's going to be 4 or 5 in total, depending on how I wrap it up. But the first one, Beauty is a Blade, is this. You can appreciate this, and it speaks to what you were saying before. It's like the heavy metal '80s kind of, strong female, savage type,
Right.
fighting sorcerers and warriors, and it's a lot of fun, man. I really enjoyed writing that. It's bloody, it's spicy, you know. It's and it's free on the website justinbourneboring.com.
There you go. There you go. You heard it, folks, right there.
So yeah, give them the first one free. The second one, Violence and Roses. Actually, it's on every platform. Amazon, Barnes and Noble. You can download it to your Kindle, whatever. That's also on the website. But that one moves from the past into the future with this warrior woman and her barbarian husband have a child, the Yasmani Roe, born of fire and ice, uh, which is a total hit back to the 80s Frazetta, that whole thing. And but she's in current times. Her name is Mina. So she's in the current times, and these barbarians, the Nevuskar, come hunting her, and there's this big battle. And I don't want to give too much away, but it's a lot of fun, man. It's also bloody. There's humor, it's all the
Mhm.
stuff I love growing up, horror, humor,
Sure.
things of
All,
that nature.
all the things that are you.
Exactly. And
Right.
and people like you, like-minded people, appreciate and understand.
Sure.
Um, yeah, I worked all kinds of great stuff in there, giant floating zombies and uh, titans and bloody battles and spastic sexual intercourse with barbarians.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now I know what part 4 is going to be all about.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, part 3, the one I'm working on now, A Hell of No Hearts, uh, is so there was that big, epic battle in the second one, Violence and Roses. Oh, so these are the covers. That's Beauty is a Blade, which I painted and did myself, of course.
See, you just took part of my interview away from me. That was my next question. Being the artist that you are, and I am a fan of your work, as you know,
Thank
I
you.
was going to ask if you have done your own artwork
Oh
for
yeah,
your books.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it saves a lot of money on on getting somebody else to do them,
Sure.
and I really enjoy it. I love it. Beauty is a Blade. I had a great idea for the cover. My wife, she's my publicist and PA, and
Okay.
she ran with. She said, "Okay, this is good. I can do that." This is Violence and Roses. Now, for this one, we went more graphic with the roses, the thorns, and the blood, because I had this other one I did. I actually have it available as a print now, but it was this big barbarian with heads, bloody heads tied around his waist, and she's got this bloody knife and she's smoking a cigar. My
Of
wife's like,
course.
"Man, you can't put that on the cover."
I mean, nowadays,
Well, Amazon is very, they wouldn't let me promote this one because they said it was too racy.
what?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter anyway because we promoted the second one and it didn't do much for us. So whatever.
Oh,
Yeah,
geez.
so much for Amazon promotion, but but I'm
Yeah.
still working on the cover for the third one, which is going to be like, New Orleans. There's a New Orleans flavor to it, and voodoo, and there's this sugar skull and everything.
Nice.
So I'm excited about that book. It's coming out in January or February next year.
Okay. All right.
And
So, folks, you heard that. Save a couple dollars that grandma gives you for Christmas because you're going to want it for that after New Year's sale. All right. Justin's going to have that new book coming out. So, speaking of which, now I know people can buy your books off, obviously online.
Mhm.
Are you on any shelves in any stores yet?
A couple. Honestly, I've forgotten the names. But one, they actually, my wife found it. She's, doing her magic finger stuff
Mm-hmm.
over the business end of things, and was like, oh, she found it from this uh, bookstore up north.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh, wow. They ordered a couple and had them on the shelves.
That's
I've
awesome.
been leaving them in community library.
Oh, really? The ones that
So,
are on the bike paths and stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah. And we left one at the air or two at the Airbnb we were at in Florida. So,
Smart idea, actually. I like that.
well, they got
Yeah.
this family, Airbnb, and they got all these family books, and then I put my two books in there. It's like on top of The Great Gatsby is Beauty is a Blade. And if some kid picks that up, oh my god! Fortunately, there's no pictures, but
Well, see, that's why I haven't picked it up yet. I'm just teasing. So, any chance, or have you considered, or do you even want to have any of your books turned into film?
oh, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
everything I do, painting, sculpting, writing, screwing around, TikTok videos and stuff. I always wanted to make movies, make film,
Sure.
not necessarily direct or anything. That's a lot of work. I don't want to do that. I would act though. I was in acting a lot in my youth, and I do enjoy that.
Okay.
Um,
I can see that.
yeah, yeah. I do a lot of voiceover work and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Did voiceover for I Am Worthless.
All right. Did a good
Um,
job.
thank you, thank you.
Oh, you did.
So, yeah, if somebody came to me, and I'm also incredibly uh, big on selling out. So if a big company came to me and say, "Hey, man, we really love your series. We want to turn it into Hollywood garbage.
Okay.
Can we?" I would say, "Yes, cut me a check, and it's yours."
Perfect. See, ladies and gentlemen, you didn't even notice that we were actually interviewing Metallica right now, as a matter of fact. The biggest sellers in the world. Sorry, did I offend anybody about that? I don't care. Truth hurts, bitches.
Hey, man, to be on the same league of Metallica, I'm with it.
I get you. I agree. I agree. So do I. Again, if I had my knee pads, whatever, 20 bucks is 20 bucks in my account. I don't care.
I heard that.
Dude, it's good to talk to you again. It really
You
is.
too,
I know
man.
you've been busy. So how's the response has been with your books?
It's been great. Obviously, we've gotten a huge response with the first one because it's free.
Well, yeah, hey.
But well, we launched it and actually did quite well for download. A lot of people don't do paperback books anymore. They like Audible and downloading. I mean, I'm the same. I prefer to download it to my phone, and then
Right.
I can read it whenever. But I do also like the physical copy, and these books are smart, man. The covers, they feel good. I like them. I like to have a physical copy of stuff like that. But yeah, the response has been great on both of them. Obviously, it was much bigger on the first one because we did a big long free promotion, which is still running now, with the idea that it'll kick people to the series, and they'll be invested and interested in continuing the series. I think the characters are a lot of fun. I think they'll hook people. If they don't catch on, I got my day job.
Which is now actually the night job. So yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. So, how hard was it to bounce back and forth between writing and then working on the shorts that you guys did?
Well,
And,
fortunately, speaking of my day job, switching my shift as I did, I work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights.
right.
Sometimes I get called in.
Hmm.
That's nature of the beast. But typically, that gives me 4 days off during the week, and I just do the dirty at the end of the week, 312s.
Right. Right.
Just slog through it, and that gives me a lot of time, man. I'm writing and sculpting and painting, and
So,
I mean,
so
trying
you've
to,
got that happy balance then
yeah.
of whatever your medium is, you just kind of flow around and just keep yourself okay.
Well, and I try to keep it all interconnected. The horror short that I'm doing uh, currently, I want to tie into, you know, doing some promotional stuff. That'll help me promote my gallery show that I'm wanting to do. And it'll help promote the books, and
Mm-hmm.
it'll help promote the shorts, the proof of concepts. All I need is somebody with money
Here we go again, folks. Listen up.
to look at this and go, wow, okay, yeah, we can develop this, we can do something with it. And what's the worst case scenario? My poor stepdaughter has to throw out all my art after I die, whatever.
I know.
But hey, somebody may pick it up and want to do something with it. I've gotten, interest and stuff. And we've talked about Indiegogo campaigns and stuff in the past, you and
Right.
I.
Right.
I try not to ask people for money if I can help it.
Sure.
I'm not opposed to it. If I felt things were heating up and there was interest enough that I could launch a campaign like that,
Mm-hmm.
I would. But I like the pitch Bible to speak for itself. You hand it over to somebody with money, and they either like it or they don't.
And I can respect that though, because that is actually showing a true investment from someone that actually believes in your product.
Yeah, yeah,
On social media, I'm not saying you get on there and you guys say, hey, come on, man, we're old friends, we're in the same horror group, and blah blah
yeah,
blah. And I'm not saying that everybody automatically does and helps and contributes $2, $5. A lot of
yeah,
people might just be like, yeah, I must have missed that post, dude. I'm sorry. But for the investment that you are honestly looking from an investor, that shows a lot of heart, a lot of feeling in
thank you.
belief in you. So there is
I
definitely
appreciate
that
it.
difference.
Well, and I mean, that's how I've been successful in the past. When I got a graphic novel deal, it was because I put this amazing pitch Bible together, and had the website and sent it to him. It didn't hurt that I had a friend on the inside either.
Well, yeah.
Um, you know, that's just how I've been brought up, how to do it. You
True.
put something really solid together that speaks for itself, that has all the information, and you hit them hard with it. Okay, all right.
Right.
Out comes the checkbook.
Right. Right. It's kind of like when we were kids, you'd go door to door, with all the shit that you'd have to sell for boosters for school or
Uh,
sports or something like that. And they're like, you know what? I believe you're going to go to college one day and you're going to be doing really good. So yeah, I will buy 3 tins of popcorn from you. Yeah, whatever. But
yeah,
you know, I know I think you and I have a real keen similar feel like we both have said on the indie fundraisers and so
yeah.
forth, and as much respect as I have for all the filmmakers that are out there, and I know no one's rich,
No.
I get that, trust me, I do. um but it just seems like, hey, I got a story, I want to make a movie, so I need all of you to pay for me for everything that I need to do it.
Yeah.
And
Well,
now,
it places the burden in the wrong place, I think. Now, I just contributed to one. Actually, Tracy's attached to it. It's The Stranger in the Woods with Bill Oberst Jr.
right,
And usually when I'm contributing to something, if it's a movie, it's going to be Bill Oberst Jr. because that's my boy.
sure.
You
I
know.
did see her comment on that. I
Yeah.
did. You were the last contributor to put it over the mark. So I actually
Well,
I did see that.
in all fairness, I'd forgotten to donate completely. I'd shared it on my page and this and that, and completely forgot to donate. Duh.
Right.
It's not done out of, well, I'm not going to contribute or anything. You just forget.
Sure.
I mean, she and I were doing a podcast a couple of weeks ago, and that's when she was like, "Yeah, we're just a couple hundred shy of our goal, and we're hoping to get." I was like, "Oh wait."
Oops, you just reminded me. Right.
I was like, I
No.
wanted to donate, so I donated right after that and put him over the top, and I got to be a superstar who donated at the very
Yeah.
end and pushed him over the top.
Of course, of course. No, that's great. So after the books, or you've got the three, you're working on number four. Um, what what's the next big thing for Justin Bourne Boring? What's going on in the back of your mind? What future projects lie with
So
you, sir?
there's, I'm really excited about my sculpting.
Hmm.
Um, I've been sculpting some figures. They turned out really well. You saw the Tar Man I did,
I
right?
did. I love that.
Yeah, I'll send you a
Congratulations.
picture of that. That turned out great, and that was my, can I do this
Right.
thing? And yes, I can.
Yes,
So,
you can.
so now I'm going to be sculpting some figures. I've found a company that can 3D scan them, and then I can 3D print them, so I can
Okay.
mass produce them
Hmm.
uh, if need be. Now, I'd like to get into digital 3D sculpting, like I do with, excuse me, the art and painting.
Right.
But I mean, to learn that program, learn all that.
Sure.
I'm an old man. I like getting my hand in the clay.
Old man, shut up.
You
I,
know,
right.
hey, there's snow in my beard.
I got a fucking
Yeah,
blizzard. I got a blizzard over here. Shut the hell up.
Everybody, if you didn't know this, John is actually 3 years younger than me.
I am. I'm actually only 32. It's because of all my kids. That's the only reason I'm gray.
But yeah, so I'm torn with these figures. I don't know if I want to. Well, I'd like to do my own characters from the books and stuff.
Hmm.
But if I'm going to actually sell them and make money, it's better if I do known characters
Right.
and stuff. But then you get into licensure, and I could like the Tar Man that I sculpted. I could do 3 or 4 of those 3D
Hey,
scanning.
man, if you did one booth at one convention,
Yeah,
you could forget
yeah.
about it. Come on. You know what I mean? Everybody
Yeah.
does it. Everybody.
Exactly, and it's an artist interpretation. It's
Yep.
not like I'm making millions or anything like that. And I certainly wouldn't endeavor to if I was getting messaged by 13,000 people, then I would contact the Return of the Living Dead merchandising group or whatever,
Right.
who actually I'm in one of their groups, and be like, hey, look,
Gigs up. I
I'd
mean,
like to sell this.
hell, I would much rather buy something original and handmade, such as yours, online or from a booth at a convention, than finding it mass produced in Spencer's in the fucking mall
Oh
any
yeah.
day.
Well, and even if I did 3D print them, it wouldn't, I mean, they would still be exclusive.
Hmm.
There would only be maybe between 5 and 10, maybe 20 at the most that would ever be produced for that. And so you would still have, one of 20, it would still have that exclusivity,
Right.
as opposed to something, that's in Walmart and all over
Sure.
the place.
Right.
Although those Killer Clowns from Outer Space figures are awesome. They're at Walmart.
Yes, they are.
But,
Yeah, I know. I just get done bad mouthing all the corporate, toys that I have all up on my shelves behind
yeah,
me. I'm
yeah,
not
me
going to
too.
stop buying them, but I did say I'd prefer to obviously own
Well,
something handcrafted.
this Tar Man, damn thing is 33 inches tall and 26 inches wide. I did a custom base for it and everything, but I can't ship that
I
thing.
was just getting ready to say, there's no way in hell you could ever do that.
Nope. So I will scan it and then I will print out smaller
Sure.
versions, and those I can ship or take to shows and stuff like that. I mean, I could custom paint them if somebody wanted it. But I think my plan will be to do characters from the books and stuff, and characters from the shorts. I Am Worthless. You know, I mean, imagine a worthless figure.
I'll take
That'd
one.
be pretty dope, wouldn't it?
I'll take one. I will be. Let me know. I want if however many you
Nice.
produce, I want the very first one.
Nice. Here, all right. I'm gonna go ahead and get my order sheets going.
Please do. I will email you over my signature, whatever you want.
Well, I'm working on one right now for Weight of Guilt. It's a Bill Obrist bust, and it's looking pretty good. I'm feeling confident about it. The clay's doing what I want it to. I cracked a few codes because I was hitting some obstacles with this clay I was working with. Clay's a bitch, man. I mean, it either air dries and crumbles or it never dries. And the never dry stuff you get the best detail out of, but it never dries.
But it never dries.
You know, so you're like, well, what the hell can I do? What can I use? So I found this epoxy sculpt clay that you can sculpt it like clay. You know, you use water to cut it and smooth it and stuff. The only problem is it's kind of derpy. So once it gets thick in play, it gets droopy, it loses its form. But I learned that if you combine it with monster clay, which is the monster clay is that it's like a plastilina, it never hardens. You get gray detail out of it, but the shit never hardens. So if you mix that with the epoxy clay, you get the benefit of it holding the form and that detail, but also it hardens to rock when it's done. So that kind of set me free on things.
Very nice.
Because some of the best sculpts I was getting out of that plastilina, but you know, that's for special effects like what Joe uses on Joe Castro, you know, on those big things that he does. He sculpts them in Roma plastilina, then casts them in a mold. And the mold destroys typically the sculpt, but then you have that negative and you can make masks and stuff out of it and whatnot.
And my God, speaking of which, I'm not taking away from you, but man, Joe's work, just everything I see from day to day just gets better and better.
Oh, dude. I mean, the guy's
incredible work.
He's my soulmate. I don't know. I love the guy. He's so talented. And
I wish they'd bring Face Off back just so he could actually be the new judge, because he's beyond. He's up there.
Well, that's what I always wanted to do growing up was special effects, but turns out I wasn't good enough. So, but after 48 years of really trying, I finally feel that I'm at a point where I'm pretty good, so I can do my own thing. But
there you go.
Yeah, Joe is the man, and I love his sculpts, and yeah, that was the challenge of the clay, was finding that one. I cracked the code. I'm ready to go. The Tar Man was a success. I'm going to do some, I think I'm going to do some, you know, known characters. Like you said, you squeeze off a couple 3D prints for friends, take to a show. Whoa.
For donations only. There you go. There you go.
And then I'll do some for the books and stuff and the shorts to promote those and get those going. But the big project that I've got going on right now, this is what I was talking to you earlier about it, is the horror short I'm doing. Jess Norvisgaard's supposed to direct. He's busy like crazy, which is okay because I'm getting everything set up. I'm putting everything together. I got the sets done, the costumes, the prosthetics, everything. And we're hoping to shoot that within the next month or so, God willing. But,
and whereabouts? I'm assuming somewhere in the Carolinas.
Oh yeah, my garage.
I just happen to be off that weekend, so if you need someone, you let me know.
Oh, dude, I need somebody to puppet my zombie head.
Dude, I'm all about it. Oh, I got so much vacation time at work to burn.
I would love that, dude. Now listen, I would squeeze you under the table and have you puppeting this zombie.
You've never actually seen what size I really am. I don't squeeze into anything.
I've seen it. You're gonna be on your back, but
long as you're wearing something low cut, I'll be anything you want.
So yeah, that I've got big aspirations for. I wrote it. I'm not giving anything away about it.
Do we have a title? Can I ask a title? Maybe.
Well, there's a couple I'm playing with. One
Okay.
is Ick the Head.
Okay. Okay.
Or just the Ick. So it'll be one of those.
I'm gonna have to go with number 2.
The Ick.
The Ick.
The Ick. That was the original.
I'm seeing too many angles with Ick the Head that you might not, of directions that you might not want it to go to.
It's Ick the Head, not Dick the Head. No,
well, that I'm not. That's what I'm afraid it's going to be taken as, though.
No, I like the Ick also. In fact, that was the first one I came up with. But yeah, the techniques I'm using and the special effects are very. It's all practical, obviously,
right?
Because I have no skills in the digital realm. However, these new drag and drop effects and filters and stuff that you can do on stuff are really cool, man. You can get a lot of interesting things working just with a stupid CapCut.
Trial and error, baby. I'm telling you.
You know?
Yeah.
And the voice, I'm doing the voiceover too, and the voice I'm using for Ick is this crazy combination. I found some voice modulator app.
Really?
Yeah, man. And I combined several different kinds that you can do, and man, it came out sounding so nightmarish and terrifying. I mean, it gave me shivers. I was like, save. We're gonna save that and use that. And yeah, I got some other toys. I got a 4-foot long meat cleaver and
very nice.
So and it's going to be interesting. That's all I can divulge about that. But the technique I'm using is revolutionary.
Nice. I would expect nothing less from you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course.
It's revolutionary in its simplicity also.
Okay.
So I will divulge that. But
how long do you think this is?
Say again?
You say it's a short, correct?
Mm-hmm.
How long?
So trying to take in the short attention span of people nowadays, including myself. I'm going to try and keep it at probably 3 minutes, like the other 2 shorts, you know. Okay. We got a lot of traction with those and a lot of viewership. So I'm going to try and keep it in that time space. But I'm going to try and leave it open-ended so I can make it episodic.
Sure.
So I can do episodes of it, and all with the idea of furthering the story that I've created. But also it ties in with my promotional stuff. And I may be naive or whatever to say this, but I've been looking, and it seems like there is a category at Cannes and Sundance for horror shorts. You know?
Nice.
So, I mean, why not?
Who knows? Yeah.
You know, and it's I mean, obviously I Am Worthless and Weight of Guilt. And we knew this going in. It's not something that you would target Cannes or Sundance with. Now, we did do a lot of festivals. We got a lot of awards.
Yes, you did.
We got a lot of accolades and interest over that, but that's because we were targeting the types of film festivals and stuff that it was appropriate for.
Right.
So this will be art house. This will be independent, you know, true grit. That I think falls into the category of even considering to submit it to something like Cannes or Sundance.
Right.
So, and I've been watching a lot of Entourage lately, so I feel like, hey, I can do that shit.
There you go. Justin, I hate to do this to you, buddy. We have 1 minute left.
It goes so fast.
I know. It gets shorter as you get older, trust me. So with that being said, though, plug away real quick.
All right. Website, Justin Bourne, BOURNE, Boring, BORING.com. You're going to find my books there. other stuff that I'm doing. You can sign up for the newsletter, which has all that information. You can go to Linktree, Same Damn Brain, or Justin Bourne Boring, both at Linktree. It's got all my socials, all my stuff. Hit me up. You know, I'll paint a picture of your face on a penis if you want. Nah, that's somebody else's gag. But open for commissions, you know.
But he will do it for a paint for